As Sierra's deception unraveled, she hastily commanded her underlings to dispatch the guards and flee the scene. However, just as the tension peaked, a figure emerged, revealing himself as Lucas, the master of the house sect. Sierra's mind raced as she connected the dots, recognizing the house sect as the renowned information guild operating in Cairo. With a mix of apprehension and curiosity, Sierra confronted Lucas, questioning his unexpected presence. Lucas, unfazed, calmly disclosed his knowledge of Sierra and her subordinates trespassing into the Dimitry territory weeks prior. He revealed his intricate web of connections, citing instances where Sierra had unknowingly crossed paths with his organization's members, the fruit stall vendor, the blacksmith, the iron miner, even the beggars, all acting as spies for the Dimitry. The gravity of the situation dawned on Sierra as she realized the imminent danger of remaining in Dimitri's domain any longer. Swiftly, she commanded her subordinates to create an escape route. But before they could react, their adversaries struck with swift precision, incapacitating Sierra's forces in a matter of moments. Sierra stood frozen, disbelief etched into her features as Lucas issued his ultimatum. With a calm demeanor that belied the imminent danger, Lucas granted Sierra a mere 10 seconds to plead her case. Before Sierra could utter a word, Lucas surged forward, his movements fluid and lethal, dispatching her with a single, decisive strike. The scene then shifted to the inner sanctum of Dimitri's castle, where Ilya, known as the Sword of the Assassination Guild Akorch, prowled with lethal intent. Ilya, a master of her craft, had successfully executed all her assigned missions, targeting influential figures with precision. As she stealthily entered Roman Dimitri's chamber, Ilya's thoughts fixated on her latest mark. Roman, the subject of countless rumors across the continent, lay oblivious in slumber. Assessing his rhythmic breathing, Ilya calculated that he had been asleep for approximately an hour. Contemptuously, she deemed him a fool, unaware of the impending threat. With a practiced hand, Ilya cast a spell, immobilizing Roman and sealing his fate. As Ilya poised herself to strike Roman, the unexpected happened. He awoke, questioning her intentions. Disregarding his inquiry as futile, Ilya lunged forward, only to find her attack effortlessly deflected by Roman's swift finger. Shock rippled through Ilya as she beheld Roman's sudden display of power. A formidable aura emanated from Roman, leaving Ilya momentarily stunned by its intensity. Closing the distance, Roman delivered a powerful punch, but before he could follow through, Ilya invoked her escape spell, conjuring a blinding light that granted her a swift exit from Roman's grasp. Outside, Ilya's thoughts raced as she sprinted away, recognizing the inevitable failure of her mission, even with the combined efforts of the Akorch Guild. Survival now took precedence. In her flight, she caught sight of Chris at the end of the street, his aura a deadly weapon as he effortlessly dispatched members of the Akorch Guild with a single strike. Seeing Chris, Ilya realized he was the figure the guild had sought to avoid, the infamous Cairo's Flash, a force to be reckoned with. Doubts crept into Ilya's mind. Had Dimitri somehow anticipated the Akorch Guild's plans? As Ilya sprinted towards an alternate escape route, her mind racing with urgency, she knew she had to evade capture through the path her fellow guild members had secured. Meanwhile, on the other side, Kevin stood poised against the remaining members of the Akorch Guild. With effortless skill, he swiftly dispatched each one until only Ilya remained. In a desperate attempt to overcome Kevin, Ilya launched herself into an attack, but Kevin's reflexes were too sharp. With a single, decisive strike, he incapacitated Ilya, leaving her to rue the guild's ill-fated decision to undertake such a perilous task. A week later, the scene shifted to Lucas's interrogation room, where Ilya found herself divulging information under his scrutiny. Lucas, understanding the gravity of their situation, chose to spare Ilya as a warning to the Akorch Guild about the repercussions of defying Dimitri. He revealed that Lord Roman had fled to the Kronos Empire a week prior, prompted by Dimitri's discovery of the guild's base. Realizing the imminent danger facing her guild, Ilya's focus shifted to their survival. The scene transitioned to the Akorch Guild base. On the magical communication link, Braham, the master of the guild, found himself conversing with Baron Charlton of the Kronos Empire. The Baron's words dripped with skepticism as he mentioned the passing week, hinting at the possibility of mission failure. Undeterred, Braham implored the Baron to exercise patience, urging Kronos to maintain faith in the Accorch Guild. Reluctantly conceding, Baron Charlton agreed to withhold judgment, albeit warning of the dire consequences should failure be confirmed. As the magical call concluded, Braham's thoughts turned inward. No contact had been established with the Accorch Guild members dispatched to Dimitry, leading him to entertain the grim possibility of mission failure. Faced with the looming threat of losing Kronos Empire's support, Braham resolved to take drastic measures. He decided to halt all other missions and rally his guild members to concentrate their efforts on Roman Dimitry. It was a desperate gamble, but one they couldn't afford to ignore. In a twist of fate, as Braham contemplated his next move, Roman loomed ominously behind him, sending a shiver down his spine. The unexpected presence left Braham stunned and apprehensive of the impending confrontation. With a swift motion, Braham hurled daggers towards Roman, but his attack was met with an unexpected defense. Roman summoned his aura, weaving it into a protective barrier that intercepted the projectiles. Stunned by Roman's display of power, Braham hesitated, his hand hovering over the emergency button. Before he could react, Roman surged forward, seizing Braham in a vice-like grip. With a grim determination, Roman declared his discovery of the Accorch Guild's leader. Braham, reeling from the realization that Roman had breached the Empire's territory to apprehend him, couldn't help but marvel at the audacity of his adversary. In a daring move, Roman preempted Braham's attempt to summon aid by activating the emergency alarm himself. As the shrill sound filled the air, Braham warned Roman of the impending onslaught of assassins drawn by the alarm. He questioned whether Roman truly believed he could withstand such a formidable force alone. Unfazed, Roman calmly revealed the grim reality of their situation. With only 30 soldiers left at the Accorch base, excluding those on missions, their defensive capabilities were severely limited. Braham's apprehension deepened as he realized the dire straits they were in. Braham's shock was evident as Roman revealed his thorough grasp of the Accorch forces. Roman's declaration that he had neutralized the soldiers stationed at the base sent a chill down Braham's spine. With brutal efficiency, Roman hurled Braham against the wall, the impact leaving him dazed. As Braham struggled to regain his bearings, Roman seized the documents detailing the Accorch Guild's missions. Roman's keen intellect pieced together the Guild's intricate web of targets, revealing their allegiance to the Kronos Empire. Beyond mere assassination attempts against himself, Roman discerned the Empire's broader intentions from the Guild's list of targets, including Umberto's eldest son and the magnate of Redford. Recognizing the Empire's plans, Roman's gaze hardened with resolve. Meanwhile, the scene shifted to the Cairo branch of the Assassin Guild Dante, where Ilya returned to find her subordinates. Urgency etched in her voice. She ordered an immediate contact attempt with the Accorch Guild via magical communication. However, their calls went unanswered, prompting a growing sense of unease within Ilya. Sensing that something was amiss, she braced herself for the unfolding crisis. If the Accorch Guild failed to respond, the next logical step for Ilya was to reach out to their client. With a sense of urgency, she directed her subordinate to initiate contact with Kronos. During the magical communication with Baron Charlton, the Baron's somber tone hinted at disappointment. He remarked that it appeared the plan had faltered. Undeterred, Ilya relayed the grim truth. Roman Dimitry had foreseen the Accorch Guild's scheme and laid a trap. Moreover, he had breached borders to assail the Accorch headquarters. Baron Charlton's response was blunt. He inquired if there was more to the report, leaving Ilya shocked by the implication.